dia rasa macam mereka akan dilindungi oleh penyakit. Tapi malangnya mereka lah kebanyakannya yang utama dapat penyakit. Kita selalunya tak cukup glutathione.
Betul.
Dalam badan kita ni limited glutathione. That's why kalau kita ambil Panadol,
baru je nak sebut paracetamol. When you consume ubat-ubat sakit seperti paracetamol ni, sesuka hati, sakit pening kepala, you drop this glutathione level also dalam badan.
Kita sekarang kalau kita tengok majority, kalau kita buat postmortem orang-orang yang dah mati, tengok liver dia, majority of the liver mostly about 40% functional. Sense that there is no estrogen, the body keep producing.
Okay, I get it.
The only way to stop producing is when the body sense, dah ada estrogen.
Cukup. It's a
kita
feedback mechanism.
Correct.
What's up everyone? Good day and welcome back to another episode of Lesung Batu Medic Show bersama saya Dr. Roland hari ini. Topik perbincangan memang panas. Detox vaksin boleh ke? Bersama saya satu figura yang memang terkenal, memang menjadi salah satu fighter selama 3 tahun non-stop and still going on, Prof. Mustafar Ali. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Terima kasih. Fine, Dr. Roland.
Salam perjuangan.
Salam. Nice to see you again.
Before we begin, sebelum kita mulakan, okay, a big shout out to Frusenia 6.0, the sponsor untuk episod kali ni. Frusenia mengandungi 11 jenis buah-buahan dan juga 11 jenis sayur-sayuran. This supplement, fungsi dia untuk membekalkan antioksidan yang cukup lengkap. Kajian telah tunjukkan Frusenia boleh membekalkan sehingga 60,000 lebih ORAC value. Itu adalah salah satu fungsi untuk mengenal pasti antioksidan punya kualiti yang bertahap tinggi. So, cara untuk memakan benda ni senang saja. Just untuk hanya perlu koyakkan dan letak dalam air dan bancuhkan. Flavor seperti buah-buahan. Tiada masalah untuk ambil pada waktu pagi ataupun petang. Untuk maklumat yang lebih lanjut, Frusenia ni boleh didapati di klinik-klinik perhampiran anda di Malaysia. Who are you? Ramai orang kenal as Prof. Mus. Tell us a bit of your background.
Okay, I am a little bit different from some people. Okay, I was trained in many different disciplines. Okay, my basic training is on pharmacology, but I have a lot of toxicology experience. I was trained in many countries on toxicology. I was training in forensic labs, training in doing things that people do not do, analysis of very trace chemicals in the blood, chemicals that we don't see at all, very small trace chemical that disrupt the endocrine, and I can analyze things that we cannot find in the blood so well, which is in trace. So that is my specialty, and especially chemicals that is in the environment. And also I was trained for about 3 years in phytochemistry.
Phytochemistry?
Yes, in plant material. So I know most of the plant chemicals that are present in the plant, how they interact, and I am relating it to the medicinal uses. And some are quite interesting because this give me a lot of insight on what type of structures that is acting on certain properties. See, for example, antioxidant, what do they do? ACE inhibitors, what do they do? Things like that. And also, I was trained on drug of abuse.
Okay.
I analyze a lot of drug of abuse in the market, in the patient, people who abuse drugs, and also on environmental health.
Okay.
So it's
a long genre, sangat broad. Prof, bila Prof ungkitkan berkenaan dengan drug abuse. Okay. Saya lihat proses cucuk-mucuk pig ni merupakan satu lagi abuse yang kita telah jalankan kepada public. And persoalan public sekarang ialah mereka telah terima suntikan pertama, kedua secara paksaan ataupun sukarela. Some find it sukarela. They wanted to take it. By all means, it is your own right. Just like substance abuse.
Yeah.
It is your own right. But
Yes.
it is also our own discipline whether we want to avoid benda-benda ni. And tetapi ada juga di kalangan rakyat yang telah dipaksa disebabkan terpaksa kerja, bekerja dalam sektor-sektor awam dan sebagainya, mereka di push towards taking this, and malangnya mereka telah menerima beberapa kesan-kesan sampingan. And timbul juga persoalan sekarang setelah setahun 2 tahun kita berlalu post this whole process, wujud juga viewpoint that kita boleh detox benda-benda ni keluar. Tetapi ramai kurang faham that perkataan detox ni dia sangat-sangat broad, dan juga certain things we cannot detox because dia dah telah assimilate ataupun ada asimilasi dalam badan dah. Mungkin Prof boleh terangkan sedikit bila kita dengar perkataan detox ni sebagai seorang yang kira macam master dalam toksikologi ni, how you all define this detoxing thing?
Okay, itu soalan yang baik. I think Dr. Roland dah pilih satu key things that people are talking sekarang ni. Saya pergi mana-mana pun, kadang-kadang supermarket pun ada orang datang jumpa nak tanya about detox. And this is a key, the in thing that people are talking, sebab majority orang sekarang ni telah pun dapat the vaccine.
Okay.
So, dan dia terkejut dan juga menyesal. Banyak yang menyesal. Honestly, they tell me dia menyesal. But macam drug abuse juga. First time they take is macam okay. But after that, they regret it. But they cannot stop. They cannot do anything. See, the crave will come all the time. Drug abuse ni, lepas pada mula-mula makan rasa seronok. Lepas tu makan sebab nak hilang gian. Paksa makan.
Betul.
So, these
The
are
word
things,
paksa lah.
Yes, dipaksa. So, orang-orang yang telah mendapat vaksin ini, pada mulanya mereka rasa confident sebab dia rasa macam mereka akan dilindungi oleh penyakit.
Okay.
Tapi malangnya mereka lah kebanyakannya yang utama dapat penyakit. Mereka dapat COVID, mereka dapat kesan sampingan, dan memang banyak yang meninggal, dan juga ada yang menderita dengan berbagai-bagai kesan hingga ke sekarang. Ada yang tidak dapat direlatekan kesan tu kesan COVID. Ada juga yang tak dapat associatekan dengan vaksin. Kerana kalau kita tengok, banyak benda-benda yang berlaku sekarang, banyak telah di tone down. Contohnya, rise in cancer rates.
Yes.
I have seen an alarming rise in cancer rates, especially metastasis and all that. Orang yang dah ada cancer dah baik, tiba-tiba pump stage 4 immediately.
Berulang balik.
Yes, berulang dengan cepatnya. Dan of course pericarditis, myocarditis, all this memang common lah. Kita tengok orang mati, tumbang suddenly. That one tidak berlaku sebelum 4 tahun lepas.
Betul.
Tidak berlaku. Jarang sangat orang mati mengejut ni, once in a blue moon. Nak record pun banyak orang tak tahu sebab tak pernah jumpa. How to record sudden death ni. Sebab tak pernah jumpa kat klinik, kat hospital, tak ada. Very rare. So now it's almost like weekly.
And especially yang berlaku pada usia yang lebih muda.
Betul. So ini memang susah nak explain, dan banyak golongan tertentu tidak mengakui masalah ini adalah satu masalah. Mereka kata ini salah biasalah, kalau nak mati juga kat mana
betul.
pun.
Mungkin I just nak tambah sedikit. Jabatan Statistik telah keluarkan data kematian 2022. Biasanya Malaysia kita lambat keluarkan this data. There's no rolling submission. So data telah menunjukkan bilangan kematian menurun berbanding 2021. Of course kita sedar pada tahun 2021 ada rollout vaccination, ada Delta variant dan sebagainya, and the increase of that increase disebabkan oleh COVID. Tapi tahun 2022 tu, saya takkan menganggap tahun tu ialah satu tahun yang dianggap sebagai tahun pandemik. Sedangkan banyak benda berlaku. I think the world open back its economy, and then we had the Omicron variant and everything. So punca kuasa nak katakan to blame on COVID was not there. So and then 95% of the population mungkin telah terima satu ataupun dua jenis suntikan. Mungkin yang resistant hanya 5% yang resist or hesitant. Tetapi bila kita lihat pada kematian, kalau kita lihat pada graf secara sasar yang tengah naik, there is a slight bump of average about 12 to 15,000 extra death. And benda ni bukan hanya berlaku dekat Malaysia. It's happening all over the world di kebanyakan negara-negara pembangun yang telah terima suntikan seperti teknologi baru, mRNA dan sebagainya.
Okay. What we have seen is only the death data. What I think is more,
it's the dying.
Bukan dying. The problem.
Okay.
Orang yang mendapat masalah. Ini tidak direkod dengan begitu teliti sebab everywhere. Orang ni mungkin lepas dia dapat vaksin, dia selalu mengantuk. Contohnya, lepas dia dapat vaksin, tangan tak boleh angkat. These are not recorded most of the time. Dia cakap-cakap saja sebab dia masih boleh hidup. Jadi, this is one thing. Second thing is yang mendapat kesan dan belum express. Sebab kes ini boleh berlaku dalam kes vaksin mRNA. Di mana you get the vaccine today, maybe 10 years later, then only the thing is expressed. Diekspresikan.
Because
sekarang,
gene has there's an on and off button.
Correct. Dia ada macam on off punya methylation process yang boleh activate. Pernah berlaku dalam tahun 40-an di mana satu drug diethylstilbestrol, maybe you have heard about that. Dia guna untuk induce labor and all that. Benda ini berlaku pada keturunan yang ketiga. Orang yang ambil ubat ini pada masa itu, nothing happen. Tapi cucunya mendapat vagina cancer. Almost 90%. And ubat itu memang
discontinue.
Tapi this is an example di mana benda ni boleh berlaku today, tomorrow or later. This we have not taken into account. Dan kalau kita tengok kes kematian tadi, itu satu data saja yang kita nampak, yang kita boleh really prove it. See, walaupun orang kata it is not approved, tak apa.
No, they are still saying that the numbers drop from 2020.
Yes. So tak apalah, whatever they may see things dropping, but maybe this is illusion because they have some problem with their mind. They cannot accept things already. Dah takut ke macam-macam lah.
You're right.
So, okay. Your question tadi, how do we address the problem of having the vaccine in the body but not wanting to have any of the
effect.
Okay, itulah yang ramai fikir-fikir ding-dong, detox is the only way. Tapi mereka tak berapa jelas detox ni sebab detox ni banyak makna. Detox secara generalnya ialah mengeluarkan toksin.
Okay, betul.
Mengeluarkan itu bukan maknanya ambil vaksin itu keluar daripada badan. Kadang-kadang vaksin itu ditukarkan kepada bahan yang tidak toksik. Bukan vaksin lah, sorry. Toksin itu ditukarkan kepada bahan yang toksik. Itu berlaku tiap-tiap hari dalam badan kita. Kita punya liver, our HEPA, every day with the help of glutathione, dia akan detox all the possible toxin. Tetapi sebelum saya pergi detail, saya nak clearly explain the function dulu. What is happening is that walaupun tiap-tiap hari liver kita detox, kita selalunya tak cukup glutathione.
Betul.
Dalam badan kita ni limited glutathione. That's why kalau kita ambil Panadol,
baru je nak sebut. Paracetamol
lah. Kalau kita ambil sebiji, okey. Ambil 2 biji, okey. Ambil 5 biji, okey. Ambil 10 biji, pop. Glutathione tak cukup. See? So, kita akan dapat masalah besar. So, inilah yang berlaku dalam normal person.
And another one more thing nak tambahkan. Ada juga kajian yang tunjukkan, when you consume ubat-ubat sakit seperti paracetamol ni sesuka hati, sakit pening kepala, you drop this glutathione level also dalam badan secara keseluruhan.
Betul. Yes. So inilah apa yang berlaku yang in a normal person. Okay, so dalam badan yang normal kita tidak dapat cope, tidak dapat mengatasi keperluan glutathione ni sebab satu, kita makan makanan yang biasa kita makan ini hampir kesemuanya ada toksikan.
Yes.
Makan ikan ada pesticide sebab ikan dalam air ni, air ada banyak pesticide. So ada pesticide.
Air laut pun dah
Air
tercemar.
laut pun ada. Kita makan sayur ada pesticide.
I rasa sayur tu paling banyak kena sebut dengan.
Yes. Kita minum air lagi banyak. Bukan pesticide saja. Kita minum teh tarik lah, just teh tarik, okay? Satu, pesticide dalam tea. Kedua, pewarna dicampur. Ketiga, perasa. Sebab teh yang digunakan itu, kalau bukan betul-betul teh yang bagus, tak cukup rasanya. Mereka terpaksa tambah lagi. Yang ketiga, keempat, preservatif. Kalau dia tak letak preservatif, ulat akan makan.
The leaves.
The tea tu, habuk. The tea serbuk. Because tea tu sekarang, dalam uncang, bukan dalam plastik.
Betul.
Bila dalam uncang, microorganism boleh masuk. So all this industrial will take care. Okay, the industrial need will be taken care by the company. So bila kita makan, kita nampak teh tarik. Dah lah susu tu, macam-macam benda kat dalam tu.
Semua bukan susu pun.
Tak ada susu langsung.
Kelapa sawit, high fructose corn
Yes.
syrup.
So all this are being burdened in our body, and glutathione lah yang kena bantu. Dan kita sekarang kalau kita tengok majority, kalau kita buat postmortem orang-orang yang dah mati, tengok liver dia, majority of the liver mostly about 40% functional. Tak boleh function, tak cukup.
Ini belum lagi kita cerita pasal bab pengambilan alkohol ataupun certain produk lah, mercury lah, jamu nak putih lah, and everything lagi.
Itu lagi lah. Tapi setakat ini kita tahu bahawa kita punya liver tak strong, very weak. Okay. Dan bila kita letak bahan macam vaksin, okay, kita vaksin ini dia bukan pergi pada liver. Dia tidak masuk pada liver sebenarnya. Vaksin ini masuk pada muscle. Dan mRNA ini dalam muscle. So dia bukan dalam darah. Kita tidak kalau kita makan bahan-bahan yang tadi tu, dia masuk dalam darah. Dia akan dibawa oleh darah pergi ke liver. So liver
daripada perut serap masuk darah and then go into
pergi ke liver dan pergi mana-mana lagi lah. Tapi di dalam kes vaksin dia tidak macam tu. So hanya maybe dalam ada one of the report kata maybe about 2 or 3% ada possibility masuk dalam blood. Kalau
But we were talking about like one shot with 4 billion particles.
Yes.
Huge particles. So katakan macam 1 ke 2% ke. Tetapi yang I bersyukur on that one is Malaysian punya physicians at least use aspiration technique. Bukan macam negara luar. Dia just cucuk terus. So kalau sekiranya masuk dalam saluran darah, kita akan reinsert the needle. Tapi in situation macam negara luar ni, dia sumbat terus dia masuk dalam. So katakan kalau masuk dalam saluran darah, then it's travelling all over the body.
Kalau masuk dalam darah, ada kemungkinan dia akan pergi ke liver, tapi dia tidak boleh buat apa because dia bukannya basic chemical.
Tetapi Prof, apa yang kita kena faham, satu, you are referring just to the mRNA, the code itself, just the mRNA SNP.
Yes.
Apa yang kita faham now is the nanolipid encapsulation telah jadi satu Trojan horse. Maksudnya ini akan membekalkan keupayaan untuk this particle untuk masuk merata-rata organ dalam badan.
Itu dia punya adjuvant dia panggil.
Adjuvant.
The adjuvant tu kita tak cerita pun. Itu lagi banyak. Ini boleh come in a list of compounds. Dan saya syaki, saya tak ada bukti, saya syaki adjuvant ini berbeza dari segi batch. Kemungkinan yang batch ini beza, yang ini ada graphene oxide, yang ini tak ada, yang ini ada macam-macam lain-lain, semua tu kita tak tahu. Because nobody has access and nobody go and analyze the toxin in the labs.
Why is nobody doing it?
Because the vaccine, they are control actually. Dia ada number semua kan. So macam di Malaysia, How do
The
you get
batch lot.
access? Yeah, the batch lot, and you must specify to who you give the vaccine. Kan? So it is not just open in the market ada jual. Dan kalau ada vaksin pun, to do that is not easy.
Okay.
Yes, to analyze the vaccine, it takes you a few months, and it costs a lot. See, it's very very expensive to analyze all this. Of course, you can analyze the main component. Kalau nak check mercury, nak check aluminium, that one very easy.
Okay.
But to detect
Benda tu
the
tak
trace-
mahal lah nak buat.
Itu tak mahal. Itu tak sampai RM100 pun boleh buat. Mercury and all that. But that is not our concern. Dia tak letak benda-benda tu sangat.
Okay.
Dia letak benda-benda yang dia tahu orang tak check. See, these are the things yang selalu berlaku. And then, talking about our body now. Our body has received the toxin and it is inside the tissue. This is considered the mRNA dulu. Okay, and we want to remove the mRNA. Before we remove the mRNA, we are thinking it is there and it causes problem.
Okay.
The one that cause problem is the spike protein.
Okay.
The spike protein is the product of
The mRNA production.
mRNA punya work.
Yes.
mRNA masuk, they produce the spike protein. Actually, what we should worry is not the mRNA, it's
But
the
the
spike
spike.
protein. Kan? So the spike protein now is being produced, and this can go quite everywhere.
Yes.
Because they are the product, and kita anggap dia being produced every day because tak ada stop button.
Okay. This thing yang bila you say like no stop button ni. What is the definition of stop? Because I have a dispute on this. Okay. Never Prof kata there is no stop button, but I would think that basic biology is saying like, look, there is a stop button. I mean, that was my pretext. Okay. Please tell.
Okay. Stop button maknanya this mRNA is inside our body.
Yeah, but it goes to the ribosome. But
Yes, it goes to the ribosome and produce the protein.
yes.
And then it goes off.
Okay.
But the spike protein that is already in the body,
Okay.
we don't know whether these are long life spike
Or
protein
degradable.
or is degradable, or it can also go and being multiplied by the mechanism. See?
How does that happen?
They may not be degraded,
Okay.
so they becomes it goes back and multiply lah. They're not dividing.
Okay.
Multiply means it comes
That means dia circulate lah. Tawaf lagi sekali lah.
tawaf because we have no understanding on that particular mRNA. It is not a normal the normal mRNA that the body produce.
You know, that's not even the shape of a spike protein from a virus itself.
Yes.
Because the shape of a spike protein dalam vaccine is different from the Wuhan strain itself.
Yes,
So this is something nuanced for me. That means it's still traveling constantly inside.
Yes, it's there.
But can in that situation, takkanlah sel darah putih tak lagi neutralize dia?
Because it's a synthetic material. We don't know.
But just look at a situation macam what was the drug yang they pulled out recently?
Which one?
The one was used for coughs and in Scandinavian countries and recently kan they everybody pulled out.
I cannot remember that.
Yeah, you know what I was mentioning about it. So you see that Falcodine recently yang semua keluarkan.
Yes.
10 years ago, EMA through some Scandinavian studies katakan, this Falcodine kalau orang ambil when they go and use when they go into surgery and they were given any codeine based sedative for induction of anesthesiology, they were getting anaphylaxis. Fine. And then everybody ditched. Buat tak tahu je. They still ran with the even though the materials were out. So certain countries stopped using it. Only as of late, baru-baru ni je bila Australia kata dia nak stop guna, UK kata dia nak stop guna, tiba-tiba Malaysia pun terhege-hege. Overnight buat press release, we also not going to use. Okay. Tapi yang sangat menarik tu to understand macam Falcodine, it is a chemical drug.
It is a derivative of codeine.
Yes, exactly. But see, a derivative of codeine could create an immune response.
Yes, yeah.
So I was really baffled that to understand like what even drugs have an immune perspective where when another version of sedative like codeine was given, morphine was given for induction of anesthesiology, person was having anaphylaxis. So kalau context of a chemical drug or a synthetic drug pun ada an immune response, takkanlah a protein, which we know proteins were the main cause of having anaphylaxis and everything, boleh jadi. Kita masih berdiam diri.
Okay, we have to know that chemicals are very specific.
Okay.
When they want to work in the body, they must be very specific. But this is very interesting. Certain chemical, for example, take morphine.
Okay.
Morphine, when you put one more acetyl group, dia ada acetyl, tapi you put diacetyl.
Okay.
So when it becomes diacetyl morphine, this morphine becomes 10 times more potent. Dia boleh masuk blood-brain barrier much faster. That's why drug addict, they prefer heroin daripada morphine. Because dia dapat high very fast.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say is that when you just change the structure a little bit, even one hydrogen can make a lot of difference. So this is what happened in this type of manufacturing vaccine ke apa ke. They may not be the real mRNA that you see in the body. They may have done something which is very different, which we have no idea. Okay, which can either last without being degraded, or has a very potent activity, or can do something else.
True. And when you mentioned that, see the latest insights coming from a lot of laboratories daripada US, Germany and everything, isu tentang plasmid contamination ni.
Yeah. Okay.
Bila kita dapat tahu plasmid contamination ni, kita dapat satu information di mana semasa mereka buat kajian the first stage, second stage, third stage clinical trials untuk mRNA technology, they used a PCR technique untuk create the mRNA and then encapsulate it dengan nanoparticle. Tetapi bila nak pergi untuk scaling untuk mass market, they use E. coli bacteria. Tapi malangnya satu I would define it as a very simple biological process. You use the E. coli, you coat it, you guna plasmid daripada bakteria tu, you coat it, you print mRNA tu. Tapi sepatutnya you kena bersihkan ataupun filter or titrate it out. Yes. And then keep only the mRNA in pure form.
Yes.
Lepas tu encapsulate it and then introduce. Tapi malangnya apa yang berlaku now is all these studies yang tengah keluar daripada the top guys around the world and all concurring that say, look, there is plasmid contamination inside all of this batch. Meaning to say is, katakan yang macam Prof kata tu, the word there is no stop button. I'm seeing it, kalau ada plasmid SNPs which have traveled into the body and gone into a DNA or promoted with some SV40 and stuff like that, or went into E. coli or other bacteria sitting in our gut, our skin, everything, for them to assimilate the plasmid, they will say like, ni kawan aku ni.
Yeah, that
combine.
Is high
possibility is there.
Yes, it's high possibility.
And then if the bacteria inside the gut is having that plasmid code, then that bacteria will start perpetually printing out either mRNA,
yes,
and then the mRNA is going to go around and circulate somewhere and then go infest inside. Possible of
there is a possibility, but there is also some factors that may prevent it. For example, to come out of the tissue or of the cell or whatever.
We hope lah.
We hope, and it will be destroyed.
Yes,
most of the time.
Correct.
So it is
possibilities.
Because these plasmid are very labile.
Correct.
They are not robust. See, and they are very bound to oxidation.
Okay.
Very easily bound to oxidation. So tak mudah dia nak stay alive.
Faham.
On its own. So that maybe adalah dia orang boleh protect or defend in that way.
Understand.
Yes,
Understand.
they can
You're
defend
right.
that. Yes. So these are things that there are possibilities. See, there are possibilities. Kalau dia dah bind with something else, they are protected.
Faham?
See, we can protect things very easily.
It's just like you see, all cells ni dia boleh membuat exosomes.
Yes, yeah.
So kalau dia boleh encapsulate dengan exosome and release the particle, it's still a possibility.
There is a possibility. But
it's not just always nanolipid saja.
Yes. But what is important now, this spike protein needs to go to the ACE2 receptor. Okay, this is the only receptor that they are compatible and they bind to the ACE2 receptor.
Okay, agree.
That is the part which causes problem. Because when they bind to the ACE2 receptor, they will block the ACE2 receptor from functioning. Okay, so this is where the trouble starts. This is why we get problem in the pulmonary problem, myocardial problem, and all the problem like inflammatory problems, because this spike protein ni bila dia free, dia cari tempat mana dia boleh,
macam puzzle lah.
Dia cari tempat mana dia boleh sangkut, dia boleh parking. Bila dia cari tempat parking, jumpa ACE2 receptors, they bind it there. And it happened that our lung has a lot of ACE2 receptors, and then bila bacteria masuk, the virus masuk, they are closer to the lung. They don't go down, tak sempat dah. Dia jumpa lung, dia start there. And this is the function of the spike protein on the negative effect of COVID. Kan? Okay, now we know that. Okay, we know that now. Now, kalau kita ada, kita punya mRNA start producing spike protein, the spike protein that is produced is considered to be very, very low.
Okay.
Katanya very low. Okay. But we don't know how low it is. Then, as time goes, if the spike protein is not destroyed, it may be accumulating. We don't know. That is unsure. Or it may be destroyed. Still unsure. But the thing is that we also do not know how much is the mRNA being the spike protein is being produced.
In the sense of volume.
Yes. So all these are all question mark.
Okay. So when you mention bila Prof kata akumulasi spike protein tu boleh berlaku. So ramai rakyat di luar sana akan berpendapat maka kalau ada accumulation kita boleh detox, kita boleh keluarkan.
Yes.
Seperti ada yang berpendapat even mungkin I pun ada, I said like no, it's not easy kalau nak bekam. Adakah bekam fashdu boleh keluarkan spike protein tu sebegitu? And then they always fikir macam when pemikiran rakyat is kalau kita nak detox ni kita nak detox spike protein, tetapi sedangkan the immune system tu dah kena prime dengan ekspresi spike protein tu sekarang.
Yes. Bila kita ada spike protein, tujuan asal spike protein itu adalah sebagai antigen to stimulate our antibody. So that is already being done. Whatever we do, kita dah terlambat. Tapi ada orang kata kita nak buang apa yang ada. First thing, bolehkah kita buang? Second thing, they are keeping to be produced. They are keep producing it all the time. You buang ini, besok dia produce. Okay, bolehkah kita buang? This is the most important question. Ramai orang kata boleh buang. Spike protein is in the tissue and maybe a small amount in the blood. Okay. Kita nak buang, kita kena buang semua darah.
Kena buat dialisis tu?
Dialisis. Yes. Kena buat dialisis. So, kalau buat dialisis pun belum tentu lagi. Because they are circulating.
Yeah, because the size of a spike protein is like 4 nano.
Yes.
It's so small.
It's impossible to... So, now, memang mustahil untuk kita nak keluarkan semua spike protein. No way. Okay. Nombor 2, dia kata kita... buang darah sikit. Okay, bekam. Bekam, fashdu semua tu. Bekam is a very good thing for removing toxin. But spike protein is not the toxin that we are referring to.
Okay. So what toxin can be removed by bekam? Kalau
bekam ni, kalau kita makan mushroom yang toxic, for example, dia banyak dalam darah. Kita nak remove sikit supaya kita tak ada kesan yang teruk. Bekam may help. Ataupun kita ada banyak toksin yang kita makan hari macam pesticide lah. Pesticide, there are a certain amount in the blood, in ppm level. Kita buat bekam, ataupun pasdu kita buang darah, kita akan dapat a slight reduction in the blood. Dalam darah biasanya kalau dia ada katalah 10 part per million, kita bila lepas bekam kita mungkin jadi 8. Okey, kita bolehlah kata kita remove sikit, tapi we cannot remove everything. Okey. Tapi bekam ni dia ada banyak kesan lain. Itu yang kita tak payah cerita hari ni lah. But there are other good things. Okay. But not detox. Okay. Ada juga orang ambil herba untuk detox. Dia makan herba tu, dia makan herba ni, dicampur macam-macam, dia kata boleh detox. That is not likely to happen, tapi itu kemungkinan memberi kesan yang lebih buruk pada liver.
Kalau kita tahu yang herba tu bagus, boleh
kalau bagus tu kita kena tahu, kita kena understand.
Katakanlah kita ambil something very simple macam turmeric atau curcumin. Okay, mungkin dia akan bantu in terms of the antioxidant property.
Yes, tapi dia tak detox.
Okay, understand.
Dia tak remove the spike protein. Okay, dia akan bantu mengurangkan inflammation, mengurangkan kesan-kesan spike protein. But they not remove the spike protein. That is the reality. What we know dalam dunia ni sekarang, today, only 2 things can help to block the function of spike protein. 2 chemicals. One is ivermectin.
Okay.
Because they block the ACE2 receptor.
Okay.
Second is thymoquinone.
Okay.
Dalam black seed atau habatus sauda. This thymoquinone block the spike protein.
Okay.
Tapi problemnya ivermectin dia hanya block the ACE2 receptor, tapi dia kesan-kesan lain dia tak boleh kawal.
Okay.
So we still get the effect, but kalau kita ambil ivermectin, it goes to the lung and all that. Dia satu dia block the ACE2 receptor, then they also prevent inflammation.
Okay.
So adalah bantuan. So ivermectin is a good way to prevent the action of spike. Itu sebab zaman dulu kita pakai ivermectin. See?
Tapi di Malaysia kita masih ada problem di mana ivermectin bukan masih lagi bukan tak satu dibenarkan. Produk bukan tidak dibenarkan. Masih lagi bukan satu produk yang berdaftar untuk kegunaan manusia. Kalau nak ambil ivermectin, kalau nak yang legal kena cari ivermectin daripada kambing ke lembu ke ataupun kena minum 1 galon
daripada vet.
Vet. So you see kita pun stubborn in this issue. We don't want to accept even though we were wrong last time when the data is coming out, kita nak fix the problem in terms of the future, whether the drug ni boleh guna multi-purpose use ke off label ke, itu jadi hak
to me actually it is not that they think that it is not working. It's not that. It's just that they don't want. It's that they don't want to allow.
But you know what they will tell you? There's no company registering the product.
Betul. Whatever, they will tell everything. They will tell everything to make us convinced that we cannot use it. But the main thing is they don't
horse
want us.
Dewormer, remember?
Dia guna untuk kuda lah, untuk macam-macam. This is unbelievable. I don't remember teaching any medical students that ivermectin is only for the horse. No, we didn't teach that. So macam mana dia orang cakap untuk kuda saja? That is not true. So what is in reality now is that they don't want us to get cured. This is my perception. Because they stop us from using any attempt to reduce. See, ivermectin has not done any harm since it was created. Nobody died of ivermectin. Ada 2 case, satu tu because they die of the worm. Not because ivermectin. Satu lagi dia makan 10 biji ke apa. That's too much. That is overdose. Makan nasi pun mati kalau makan banyak. So what is happening is that it is not ivermectin's problem.
How about other things? With some studies showing there is a function of like the curcumin, nattokinase, yang able to like sort of like neutralize the spike protein at the moment.
Yes. Okay. Nattokinase, curcumin, these are chemicals
quercetin,
that are quercetin. They are all chemicals yang dalam grape tu. Resveratrol. Yes. Okay. There are a few chemicals, but they are not specifically inhibiting the ACE2 receptor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes. They are not, except thymoquinone.
Okay.
Thymoquinone has been proven already. They have a binding study to show that they bind to ACE2 receptor, and this is the thing that we can see.
So bila kita katakan dulu macam makanan sunnah and everything, it's proven that some of this were actually doing the job.
Makanan sunnah,
Tapi si Prof kata, you're looking at something specific and terrific, thymoquinone straight.
Yes. Thymoquinone, we have proof.
Okay.
Published papers. They even show the binding energy of thymoquinone with the ACE2 receptor.
Faham.
So that one is a solid proof. That's why it's fantastic that makanan sunnah ni ada that function. Kita pun memang kagum. Okay. So to get rid of a spike protein is impossible. That means it's impossible to detox. Literally. But detox can also mean to make the spike protein less toxic.
Okay.
That is how we use the binding. If we have some amount of thymoquinone in the body, this thymoquinone will block the ACE2 receptor.
Okay.
Then ivermectin pula. Spike protein has less chance to
bind.
Bind.
But then would it disrupt the ACE2 function as a whole?
Not much. Because the ACE2 function, they are a lot high. Dia macam spare receptors. Ingat tak? Spare receptors. So the receptors is controlled by the immune system as well.
Oh, wow.
See, because the cytokine and all that controls the body. So when you need it, they
They can
exaggerate.
increase the receptors and you can decrease the receptors.
Yes, that is why we have spare receptors and all that. See, the receptors are distribution pun. See, so these are all being controlled by the whole body. Not only that. Yes.
Satu lagi, bila kita lihat again, memang kita clear cut, we understand certain things. Okay, kita lihat memang pasal issue of the mRNA technology in the terms of detoxification dia kompleks sikit. Tetapi bagaimana pun ada yang macam terima vaccination, yang memang kita akan terima juga soalan-soalan ni yang selalu datang. Prof pun akan dapat, I also will get it.
Yes.
Vaccination for children yang mungkin ada issue of content of like mercury, aluminium and everything. Can those kind of products almost equal to your eating tuna have toxic metals, mercury? Can it be removed by the body naturally or with support, whether it's chelation, whether it's homeopathy?
Some of this toxin you can remove.
Boleh?
You can remove, but the problem is you cannot remove all because you don't go and find them. You see, you remove by trap. Kalau dia lalu situ, you tangkap lah.
Okay.
Kalau dia tak lalu, you don't tangkap. That is the analogy. So, that's why kita tak boleh remove toxin 100%. What we usually do is, we go the reverse way. We reduce the symptom of the toxin.
Okay.
Macam kalau kita kena gigit ular. Kita cannot remove the toxin ular. But we manage the patient with the antidote, all that to reduce the symptom. Kalau dia kejang, kita bagi anti kejang. Kalau dia macam tak boleh nafas, kita bagi reverse the block.
Tetapi dalam situation katakan macam snake venom, selepas kita buat reversal ni, adakah the toxin of the bisa tu masih duduk dalam badan?
Kalau animal toxin, animal toxin biasanya dia akan degraded very fast. Yes, because they are all natural compounds. They can be deactivated even by acid, even by a different pH, even by certain enzyme, even by the environment. So macam venom for example, they can quite easily be deactivated in the body. And then dia tak banyak. See, dia masuk, dia bukan keep being produced. They are not being produced.
Okay.
So they can be
they don't have any protein sequence, mRNA.
They have no mRNA things to resynthesize. So they will degrade habis lah. Dalam 2-3 hari, kalau dia lambat degrade, patient tu akan suffer lama lah. But it is something like natural thing will be degraded. Kadang-kadang kita punya liver boleh buat certain detox. See, there are certain chemicals that our liver can detox it. Anything that water soluble, they can combine with the sugar jadi glucuronide, then excrete.
Okay.
Yes.
Understand.
Ataupun
so it goes to say seperti yang kita fikirkan. Sometimes there are products of food, Katakan kita makan macam ikan tuna, ikan yang hidup lama dalam lautan, 30 tahun, 40 tahun. And kita tahu, they have mercury inside the meat. Claim because of duduk lama kan.
Yeah.
So, in the fish pun kita faham, structure dia,
Yes.
the mercury is in the muscle tissue.
Yes.
Benda tu will be the same thing in our own body.
Okay.
It will be stuck in the cellular in the cellular
Yes.
matrix or like that.
Yes. Okay. This is something very interesting. Most of these toxin, they are lipid soluble.
Lipid soluble.
Yes.
Okay.
When we say lipid soluble, anything yang fatty, yang lemak, akan ada banyak toksin.
Okay. So maksudnya kalau orang yang berisi sikit badannya, dia akan toksin.
Betul.
Simpan
yes.
toksin.
Sama dengan orang yang gemuk. Kalau you go for anesthetic, you pergi operation, orang gemuk lambat pulih because the anesthetic is accumulated in the tissue, in the fat. So dia release, dia banyak lagi remnants in the fat. So kadang-kadang maybe anesthetic boleh bagi kurang sikit kalau orang gemuk. So dia accumulate in the fat. Jadi perempuan yang menyusukan anak, okay, the most concentrated part of the contamination is the breast. Sebab dia banyak fat.
Fat, lymph ducts, but
Yes.
fat particularly.
Fat paling banyak because when you see when you take anything, first it goes to the liver, tapi kalau liver tak mampu, it goes to the blood.
Okay.
When it goes to the blood, after that they get deposited in the fat lah.
Yalah, adipose tissues lah.
Because the fat only can keep them because they are soluble. See, so bila dia accumulate in the fat, dia keep accumulating, dia tak keluar lah. So after some time you have a lot of contohnya pesticide, for example, let's say chlorpyrifos, dia accumulate in the fatty tissue.
Well, this is so deep. When you mention this, it opens like another Pandora's box of thinking that most of these kind of pesticides are very estrogenic.
Yes.
And bila estrogenic ni, apa yang berlaku, it will promote more adipose tissue development.
Yes.
So dia macam create satu vicious cycle yang macam
Okay.
It's a close loop.
Okay, I tell you something very interesting.
Jauh dah kita ni.
Okay, plastic material.
Okay.
Do you know that plastic can make you obese?
I think so.
This is exactly what is happening. Plastic, or what you call is as phthalate, is an endocrine disruptor. It disrupts the endocrine system and it adjusts the deposition of fat in the body. Plastic. The chemical is phthalates or bisphenol A.
Okay.
Yes. So this plastic can adjust the fat deposition and make you fat and can cause obesity. So if you drink anything in the plastic container, you are drinking the phthalates. If you take teh tarik in the plastic bag, hot teh tarik with milk, which is lipid, the lipid will take more of the phthalates in the plastic because they are lipid soluble.
Wow.
See? And you have milk. Milk is fat.
Fat.
Corrode more of the plastic.
Corrosive lah.
Yes, and the teh tarik, you drink with a straw that is also plastic. So it will go all the way and the amount of plastic is quite significant in your blood. After a dose of teh tarik and followed by the roti canai, whatever lah. So all this is good to say that you have accumulated a good amount of
Fat
plastic.
and also plastic.
Yes. So this will accumulate and this can cause obesity.
Okay, these plastics that you are talking about, these endocrine disruptors ni,
Yes.
memang as I'm seeing men's health and hormones and everything kan, we know about with this xenoestrogens kan.
Xenobiotics, xenoestrogen. Yeah.
So boleh clear ke, boleh detox ke benda ni, Dr. Prof?
Okay. Dia benda ni tak boleh nak detox. You can't detox. You cannot detox. Kalau boleh detox, the big pharma is already making the detox chemical and sell like crazy. But you cannot. But they are able to be removed if you do not keep taking them, because you see that the concept of permeability and concentration gradient.
Okay.
Kalau kat luar tak banyak, kat dalam banyak, dia akan keluar.
Okay.
So that is a concept that people are now adopting. You can eat less. You eat less, you puasa.
Technically, this thing called autophagy lah.
Correct. Puasa dan juga mild fasting ke apa ke, to make the concentration come out of the body, go to the blood. When they come out in a small amount, glutathione can help.
Okay.
To a certain extent. See? So
banyak kerja glutathione ni.
Yes, banyak kerja dia. See? So this is what our body experience when we take all these chemicals. See, these are very toxic chemicals. Some are toxic in the sense that you don't die. You get this chemical, you only experience that maybe 10 years later, 20 years later. One good example, also interesting, soya bean. Okay. Soya bean is plant.
Okay.
Nothing big, isn't it?
Betul.
Plant. It contains genistein. Nama dia genistein.
Okay. Kena tengok ni. Janet mana ni? Genistein.
Genistein. This genistein binds to the estrogen receptor in the breast.
Okay.
So
this is from the GMO or non-GMO soya bean?
No, the normal soya bean dekat kampung je.
Malaysia ni kampung boleh tanam soya bean.
Dekat kampung je. So this genistein, and ada satu lagi nama diazine. Dia ada dua chemical, diazine and genistein.
Okay.
These two chemical ni binds to the estrogen receptor.
Okay.
When we take soya bean, this genistein and diazine bind to the estrogen receptor. But when genistein bind to the estrogen receptor, it does not create the same effect as the hormone. Okay. Then our body kata, kenapa hormon tak ada respon ni? Tak ada hormon ke? So the body keep producing estrogen.
Okay. Tapi dia tak boleh dock pada
receptor. Dia tak boleh dock into the receptor. Because receptor dah disapu oleh genistein.
Okay.
So as a result, our body has high concentration of estrogen. So bila diazine ni lama-lama dia habis, we suddenly realize we have high estrogen. That's why you get breast cancer. See, because high estrogen.
The definition of high is like, how high is it? So because the problem
high means
kita punya population ni estrogen ni kurang.
Yeah, but you see, when the body sense that there is no estrogen, the body keep producing. Okay,
I get it.
The only way to stop producing is when the body sense, dah ada estrogen.
Cukup. It's a feedback mechanism.
Correct.
That dia akan stop.
The negative. Tapi bila estrogen bind lama sangat, so kita ada excess. So bila kita concurrently, kita excess estrogen and kita keep taking soya bean quite a lot and all that, so the chance of getting high estrogen surge is high. And this high estrogen surge can cause breast cancer.
But on that note, bila kita lihat pada produk macam soya bean dan sebagainya, they have this thing saying that what we have in soya bean is phytoestrogen, very safe for the
diazine and genistein are phytoestrogen.
Tapi they are saying that phytoestrogen is good.
Okay,
no?
Safenya because it does not exert any effect.
Okay.
There's no effect. There's no estrogen effect. It's safe lah. But long term, when it blocks, the body produce more real estrogen, which ada effect.
So this real estrogen now don't know where to go lah.
Correct.
So mana dia akan pergi macam tu?
It will be in the blood lah. And then that is like having extra estrogen for the cancer people.
Dan kepada lelaki yang nak lebih estrogen tu jangan.
So this is all going on at the same time. Lelaki ke apa ke? Because this estrogen bukan estrogen saja. There are a lot, even pesticide ada yang bind to the receptors. Satu lagi yang banyak ialah flame retardant.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Flame retardant.
Okay. Nama dia PFOS, perfluorooctane compound.
Okay.
This PFOS ni kan, dia chemical yang very good chemical. Dia boleh repel water, repel oil. Okay. This is where you get on your clothing.
This kind of
handphone.
Okay.
Handphone kan tak pernah kotor kan. And your pen, non-stick pen.
Like Teflon tu semua.
Like Teflon. But this one is more strong and more robust. So these are chemicals that are able to resist oil and water. Semua tak lekat. And these are all endocrine disruptors. This will also do the same job.
This is all also considered as part as detoxing and everything.
Yes, toxic chemicals.
Toxic chemicals.
Yes.
Okay, so
but they don't kill you.
Betul.
Yes.
So going back, kita dah memang move far away, but we're pull back a bit to our topic of detox. So bila kita lihat detox ni, we can conquer that. There is an issue of contamination, macam plastik, daripada organic or pesticide, herbicide, water contamination, everything.
Yes.
Tetapi we also have now a society after this post-pandemic of dia tak sup juga, and also put the blame, everything is because of the jab. We know there is issues with jab, but to put all the chips on that, neglecting that, air rokok, I masih guna Teflon saya yang dah 10 tahun, yang memang dah nampak lubang-lubang, masih pakai. So all of this pun ada satu issue. I think apa Prof pun nak katakan is, selain kita hanya fokus pada kita nak remove toxin, there's also one part yang bila kita memperkasakan badan, macam eating good, taking good antioxidants, sama ada you nak ambil glutathione or you want to take certain supplement yang macam ada good bioflavonoid macam resveratrol, curcumin, habatus sauda and everything, they mempercepatkan the repair work.
Okay.
Betul tak?
That is interesting. Okay. When we talk about plant, we have to be very, very careful. Okay. I go for the bad thing first.
Okay.
Okay. You know this pomelo. Pomelo limau Bali.
Okay.
Pomelo and also grapefruit juice.
Okay.
Have you heard in your second year masa belajar pharmacology, ada ingat tak? Ada somebody mention or not? No,
No, didn't.
Okay. This grapefruit juice, bila kita makan, they will inhibit cytochrome enzyme.
Cytochrome enzyme, okay.
Okay. This cytochrome enzyme is the enzyme in the body that breaks down the drug that we eat, that we take.
Okay.
Okay. Ni kena clear sikit. I don't want people to get confused. Because ada orang nak dengar ni kan. Okay. Bila kita makan ubat, I'm taking a real example, nifedipine. Nifedipine, antihypertensive.
Okay.
If you take nifedipine, you take in the morning 8 o'clock. What happen in your body? The cytochrome enzyme will slowly break down the drug. And then malam you kena makan sebiji lagi. Kan? That is a normal process.
Okay.
That means cytochrome breaks down the drug. Drug ni foreign compound. Drug is a toxic compound yang datang ke dalam badan kita.
Betul.
So the cytochrome is the one that helps to break down. It remove the drug.
Okay.
That's why cytochrome is very important. Cytochrome ada dua ciri-ciri yang dipengaruhi oleh herb. Ada herb dia boleh increase amount of cytochrome. Ada herb dia reduce amount, dia inhibit the cytochrome. Kalau ada herb yang inhibit the cytochrome, that means you makan nifedipine, after you makan tak ada cytochrome, your nifedipine stay in the blood. Malam you makan sebiji lagi, your nifedipine double.
It means it's not degrading.
It's not degrading.
Half-life is increasing, doubling.
Yes. Yeah, macam you makan 2 biji. Okay. Esok you makan sebiji lagi, after that you cannot take anymore lah. You tak ada dah. Kan? Because you become hypotensive. So ini boleh dilakukan oleh herb. Dan ada juga herb dia induce. Maknanya the cytochrome becomes very high concentration. You makan nifedipine pukul 7 pagi makan, pukul 9, pukul 11 dah hyper balik.
Okay.
Maknanya nifedipine dah gone cepat. These are all yang inducer.
Because the herbs can do that trick.
Can. A lot of herbs can do that.
So is this what they term as adaptogeny?
No, tak.
Different.
Bukan.
Okay.
This is enzyme inducer, enzyme inhibitors.
Okay.
Banyak herb do that and we don't know which one does which. So kalau kita combine herb, all this become very complex. Somebody may die one day or get the effect without knowing it. You don't know. That's why I always advise, if you want to take herb, don't take mixtures of herbs.
Not too many mixtures.
No, 1 or 2 cukup.
Okay.
Because this can go haywire and interact with each other. Ada yang lower the blood pressure, ada yang increase blood pressure. So, you don't know which is which. Kan? So, this is the clue of taking herbs. You do not take many herbs at a time. 1 or 2 maximum. Katalah you makan herb A, you take with minyak zaitun. Cukup, that's all. You makan herb B, you take with katalah lemon. That's all. No more. Semua makanan sunnah Nabi combine put in one bowl, makan semua sekali because Nabi kata bagus. That is committing suicide. It's not right.
Understand. Because we don't know the drug interaction.
Correct.
The
You ambil
herb interaction.
Yes, you ambil semua ubat-ubat yang baik, saca inci ke, pegaga ke, apa yang orang kata baik, you ambil semua, you campur, you grind, you minum. You are committing suicide. Tidak maknanya yang baik semua tu boleh membuat kesan yang baik sekaligus dalam badan kita.
But the psychology towards that is, if I may say, is cooking. Kalau you masak, okay. I ambil bawang putih, I ambil onions, I nak letak ginger, I nak letak pepper, but nothing's happening, God.
Okay, masak, the dose is 1/100 of the dose you get from the
concentrate.
Yes, it's very,
tapi dia
very
kata
low.
dia buat macam ni herba lah, dia buat sendiri, dia guna.
You can buat dalam masakan, you can put all the herba, still the concentration is very, very low. Very
Because
low.
you only want 1 or 2 active ingredient inside.
Dalam herb.
Is it bukan macam masak tu only 1 or 2 active ingredient ada ke, ataupun bila kita
Semua
katakan
masuk.
konsentrasi herbs ni, why is herbs kata they are very
Okay. First thing kita kena understand the terms herb. Okay. Herb ni plant. Plant has many components. Some ada, katalah kita ambil pokok kunyit.
Okay.
Kunyit ada one super active compound, kurkumin. Dia ada banyak lagi compound.
Okay.
Bukan kurkumin saja. Kurkumin is the active one. Kita ambil poppy plant. Poppy plant dalam tu ada codeine, ada morphine, ada papaverine, ada scopolamine. These 4 are all potent drugs. So kalau you makan, you get so many things. See, kalau you makan kunyit, you get anti-inflammatory je. See, but you makan ini, you get so many confusing effect. Because they contain banyak compound.
Okay.
So, many plants contain many compound. Jadi, kalau kita campur semua sekali, the interaction is very severe. Okay, satu lagi. When you take a herb, you makan daun, 2 helai daun, it's very different from you take an extract.
Of course. That's definitely
Very different.
Yes.
So, kalau you ambil extract, you campur semua, it's very high concentration and you get chaotic effect. Tapi kalau you ambil daun, you ambil 100 pokok pun, you ambil 1 helai daun, you will be very safe. That's what is cooking like. Bila you cook, you letak bawang putih, you letak 1 ulas saja. 1 periuk kan. So that is very mild. That is good. Very good. Because you do not see the adverse effect.
And plus actually most of therapeutics require little bit of active ingredient.
Apa yang berlaku sekarang dalam perubatan tradisional yang banyak-banyak orang jual ni, they are doing extract. They collect the extract, they give to the patient. And the worst is they do not know, no idea what is in the extract. Dia kata ini pokok ini. Pokok itu contain so many compound. You
Which
only know
are you
one.
looking at?
Mana? Yes, you don't know which one, but maybe one is good, but the other one all side effect. We don't know. These are all things yang complex things that people do not see. See, because
kebanyakan masyarakat berpendapat, okay, kalau benda tu datang daripada herba, that means it's safe. That means it's natural, organic.
Dia kata all natural things are safe. Dia lupa that snake toxin is natural. Kan, bee venom pun natural.
Exactly.
You cannot say it's safe.
Exactly. So it is also understanding macam kalau you want to do certain treatment, ambil supplement everything, it's very important certain things to dapatkan testing,
You
dapat
must know what it is.
what it is and everything.
That is why I have been promoting a product. See, whatever inside there, I know everything. I know how the mechanism of action. That's why I dare to promote. If I don't know, you cannot. You can say, okay, you ambil lah ubat ni, dia detox. Don't know what is inside. You have no idea. It could be a toxic chemical. See, so this is something that we have to know as a user, as a consumer. We have to understand. All the drugs, you must explain.
This consumer ni ada satu situation desperate.
Betul.
They go into desperate, and then ada juga the sellers who take advantage. It's not organic. Beli. And they sell. They sell. And when we are saying to them like, wait first, test and tell. Check dulu ada tak apa-apa masalah kesihatan. Is there any inflammation going on the body that you think that it is? At least kita nak justify sikit. But they don't want the justification. They just want to
Dia nak cepat.
And then bila cepat, something goes wrong, they skip to the next one.
Dia tak associate pun dengan benda tu sebab benda tu berlaku lambat. The side effect happen maybe 2 years later. See, lepas 2-3 tahun baru kena cancer. So, dia lupa dah what they take. These are normal happenings.
Wow.
Normal happening.
So, Doc, before we wrap up, I think very lengthy punya discussion, tapi bagus. At least we learn banyak benda kita faham. Balik kepada, again, before we conclude, kesimpulan detoxification ni memang badan kita boleh buat melalui our liver, our kidney, our usus memang boleh buat. Some complex detoxification mungkin memerlukan certain supplementation yang boleh enhance. Akan enhance. Tetapi janganlah kita macam taksub untuk letak 10 benda sekali. Because I call it like what macam Prof katakan, I tell my patient is a cancelling effect. If you use certain redox property yang mungkin charge the 2 positif dengan lawan 3 positif, tinggal 1 positif.
That's what really happening in our body.
This is what happening in the body. So apa-apa pun sekiranya ada people out there, any message from you to the audience about this detoxing?
I think for the audience, if you want to detox, you have to think twice. And you have to remember that there's nothing which can detox vaccine. Just you can make it less potent. You can reduce the activity of the spike protein by using some products. There are products in the market. So you can reduce that. But you must know how it works. You cannot buy a product which has no indication, they don't tell you what to do.
No data,
just try je. Tak boleh. That is the key to the...
No, we use this term very badly. Anything just ikhtiar je. Tapi tak study.
Ikhtiar dengan ilmu. Ikhtiar tak boleh ikhtiar main terjun saja. You jump into the sea, not into the safe place. Tapi you kena tengok dulu apa dekat bawah, baru you berikhtiar. So this is the example that we should have in the brain before we commit. I know everybody wants to detox, but now we know that vaccine is having a lot of problems. So next time, think twice before you commit on the vaccine. Study dulu. Kalau you rasa you was-was ataupun tak confident, because the moment you take vaccine, no way you can remove it.
Once in, forever in.
Once in, forever in. You either die or you live with it. Tak boleh. Kalau kahwin boleh divorce kan. Vaksin tak boleh. See, vaccine is there forever. Macam you letak tattoo lah. Tattoo you cannot remove it. So I would advise those who want to take vaccine, you have to think many times.
See what kind of vaccine you take. It's not that we are not against everything.
No, we are not anti-vaccine. I have got vaccine for so many vaccines.
Exactly. Yes. Our clinics also have vaccine and everything. But we need to understand that what is well tested, what is not tested. And mungkin, like I said, in the future, they need to have better technology, safer technologies to use. It's not that macam saya akan katakan mRNA technology ni tak boleh pakai. No. mRNA technology ni kalau if you really study, it's a fantastic technology if need to use properly.
It's essential. It's an essential technology because you can make vaccine very fast.
Betul. One.
Yes.
Another one more thing, we can use it for cancer therapy and everything.
Anything. Yes, very good.
So kita macam katakan, tak boleh guna terus. It's just like, yes, we made mistakes. We need to accept the mistake and kita kena improve.
In fact, this technology has been used in the UK for, they call it precision medicine. Where a lot of kids has been cured, has been managed on the inborn error and all the complicated diseases. They use this precision medicine. They have already cured so many kids. Fortunately, they did this on the kids hospital, children hospital first.
Understand.
And they have used it a lot.
Okay.
And it's good.
Thank you, Prof, for tuning in this time. Terima kasih kerana sudi hadir untuk membincangkan topik agak lengthy, tapi I rasa kebanyakan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan akan dapat banyak information dari segi, bukan dari segi perspektif vaksin saja, tetapi dari segi memahami konsep detox secara keseluruhan. So apa-apa pun, don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. lesungbatu.com is our page. You can go and check it on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also the main podcast on YouTube. Sehingga kita bertemu di lain episod. Kita lesung kau-kau.